What's the worst thing to say at a funeral? My grandmother and I went to my uncle's funeral who committed suicide. My aunt and his mistress were both overweight, and my grandmother leaned over and said, "If I had to choose between those two heifers, I'd kill myself too." The whole family was right in front of us, and they turned around. My one uncle had a wife and a mistress too. Used to bring them both to events, divorced the wife, married the mistress. Mistress' wife died, and original wife took him back. If the person died of an overdose, he died doing what he loved. My friend was a heroin addict and drug dealer, thief, and played Counter-Strike all day. When he overdosed and died, his obituary said he was self-employed in the pharmaceutical industry and spent most of his day learning about computer technology. True story. One of my dad's friends gets really uncomfortable in funerals. When he had to attend one, he wanted to say something like, "May your kids live long lives," to the widow, but instead looked her in the eyes and said, "I wish this for your children." What the fuck? Are you fucking sorry? My bad. Funerals really teach you the difference between "I'm sorry" and "I apologize." Yeah, that's always been one of my favorite Demetri Martin jokes. Saying "I'm sorry" and "I apologize" mean the same thing, except at a funeral. My grandmother attended her sister's funeral, which shocked everyone since they hadn't spoken in years. Detecting the shock, she blurted out, "I'm here to make sure she's actually dead." I remember one day in high school, this kid that I knew growing up since middle school asked me for a brownie on a Friday, and he'll pay me Monday, but it turned out it was a weekend where we had 3 days because it was a holiday, so I didn't get to school till Tuesday. And when I got to class, the teacher said that Willie isn't with us anymore. I looked at her and I said, "What do you mean he's not with us anymore? Like he's in a different school?" And she cried and said, "No, he committed suicide." I said, "Damn, he owes me $10. She kicked me out and the class laughed, glad to see at least someone had a sense of humor. Damn. Did you get detention for that? My brothers and I were pallbearers at my grandfather's funeral. I accidentally kicked the back of my younger brother's shoe, causing him to stumble. Without thinking, he blurted out, "Watch it, ass. This is like carrying dead weight." Dead silence for just a bit. All pallbearers looked at each other, then burst into uncontrollably laughter. We had to set the casket down to regain our composure. I hope they get well soon. My dad sent a get well soon cure card to my aunt, his sister, who had terminal brain cancer. R.I.P. Auntie G. Not at a funeral, but sitting my kids down to tell them my Nana, their great-grandmother, had passed that morning and wouldn't be coming back home. My 8-year-old son cries for a few minutes, then says, "Does this mean I get my own room now?" He's an optimist. He got the room and refuses to sleep in it anymore. He's scared of ghosts. Same problem with his old room and mine. At this point, the whole house may as well be haunted. I'm surprised he doesn't sleep in the van, which he has asked to do and been refused. I had an uncle who wasn't liked by most of our family. Our aunt, who wasn't all there mentally to begin with, showed up at his funeral with a hatchet to make sure he was dead. God, I need me a crazy bitch. You're not losing a daughter, you're gaining a guest room. Upvoted because it's technically correct, but holy shit, that's a bad one. Sorry for your loss. Move on. Don't forget to also give the grieving a couple of copies of a Cradle of Filth CD. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you tomorrow.